I'm going to bring that back. A couple of reasons. First off, it's pretty cool. Second of all, it sounds a hell of a like Brown Sugar by the Rolling Stones.
It's showtime, folks.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Into the Music. My name is Greg, and that guy over there, my partner in crime, yeah,
That's me.
Andy.
If you need a good getaway driver, I'm your guy.
Because we're doing dangerous stuff here, right?
Always, man. That's our middle name. Look at us.
Yeah,
the very image of danger.
I wish I had something profound to say next, but I think this is where I'll just say, I think you've got something for me.
Oh, this is true. This is very true. I have a band by the name of the Dandy Warhols. Are you familiar with the Dandy Warhols?
I'm familiar with the name.
Okay.
It's just one of those kind of
Yeah, it's a
crazy,
good
sort of
name.
interesting names. So I know there's a band out there that has that name. I just couldn't tell you any songs.
Okay. Well, this is probably their biggest hit. In fact, I would almost say certainly their biggest hit. It is a song called Bohemian Like You.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Okay. All right. Well, give it a listen. I'll be interested to hear what you think of this song. I don't want to lead you down a path where you got to come back and meet some expectations, but I will be interested to hear what you think about the music in this tune.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Cool. All right. See you on the other side.
I'm going to bring that back. A couple of reasons. First off, it's pretty cool. Second of all, it sounds a hell of a like Brown Sugar by the Rolling Stones. No? The beginning, like the really beginning part, the organ and sort of the bongos or whatever, no. But then what follows after that? Let me bring it back to the beginning. That beginning was cool. This is cool. Brown sugar.
You got a great car. Yeah, what's wrong with it today? I used to have one too, maybe I'll come and have a look. I really love your hairdo, yeah. I'm glad you like mine too. See what looking pretty cool will get you. So what do you do? doesn't get bent about sleeping on the couch when I'm there. 'Cause I like you, yeah, I like you, and I feel it's a bohemian like you. Yeah, I like you, yeah, I like you, and I feel, whoa, and I feel so bohemian like you. It's you that I want, so please. Just a casual, easy thing. Is it? It is for me. And I like you, yeah, I like you. And I like you, 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 I like you. And I feel, whoa, woo!
High maintenance.
High maintenance. Yeah, my wife calls me that. High maintenance. That's a whole different story. Yeah, this song. He kept singing, I like you, I like you. That's me singing about this song. I like you, I like you. What a Rolling Stone vibe. I didn't know that Andy really was into the Stones. He may not even know it. Because if he's not a Stone fan, then he really is a Stone fan. He just doesn't know it. Yeah. And it's cool. I mean, the whole brown sugar thing, that's fine. You know, it's a great riff. And they made it into their own thing. And the song just moved. The guitars, what a guitar vibe. Yeah. Yeah. I enjoyed this, man. This was fun. All right, let's go talk with Andy about this.
And you're back, sir.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah, sure.
Because I know that John's not a fan of this band. And I didn't think, no, not this band. not this band.
I didn't even try to opinion on these guys. Okay, go on.
He's not a fan of this band that I'm gonna say in 5 seconds or 10. And I didn't think that you're a fan of the band as well. But now I'm wondering, are you a fan of the Rolling Stones?
I am the son of a diehard Rolling Stones fan. And when he realized that he had a Beatles fan for a son, it created some contention between us. That he likes the Beatles, I like the Stones. He loves the Stones, I love the Beatles. So there's just this sort of like playful back and forth about it. This song would piss him off in the year 2000. I was in high school. I loved this song. He's like, what do you mean you love this song and you can't get down with Jumpin' Jack Flash or Brown Sugar or something like that? And I was like, I like those songs.
Which song?
This is fun.
It's one of those songs. It's one of those songs. This song, the guitar part in this song, the riff. It's Brown Sugar. It's Brown Sugar.
It reminds me of both, but I definitely get vibes of Brown Sugar for sure.
Well, I mean, if you looked at both of those songs, you know, there are similarities between those two songs on the Stone side. But that said, that riff, those chords, that's Brown Sugar.
Yeah.
So now, you know, I know Mike the Sleuth, you know, I knew it. Tell me the truth. Yeah. And it's okay. It's okay because what they do with that, I'm like, at first I was intrigued. I mean, and here's the thing, they're kind of brazen about it because when those chords play, and it's got like that like it's got that Rolling Stones feel, the way they're playing those chords and the way the drum and Charlie Watts drumming to those chords in Brown Sugar. There's a little similarity with the drummer for this band playing to those chords in this song. And I found it, at first I was astonished, you know, I actually stopped it. I'm like, this is Brown Sugar, you know? And then the song's going on and then I wasn't so astonished. I was actually like, I was applauding them because they took it and like, it's almost like they were so like brazen about it because it really was similar. And they're like, what the hell? We don't give a shit because what we're doing is that we're making our own song, you know?
Yep.
Because once we leave that, then you kind of, then they take the guitar and they kind of like stretch it and they kind of keep it and want, you know, and you think it's going to go here and then it actually stays and they go, oh, okay. And then they're kind of into new territory and they're making their own song. And it's catchy and it's fluid. And again, you gave me another song where the rhythm section, the rhythm was so good, you know, it was intoxicated in, it was whatever. I mean, it was just so good. I loved, you know, the rhythm. I wrote rhythm section kills. I don't know if you see that.
You got great penmanship.
No, I don't. Yeah, great guitar vibe, so catchy. I wrote all those things down.
Yeah.
I love the beginning. We'll pull it back. I love the beginning. You had like that sort of organ sound synthesized, but I think it was an organ actually. It's like,
and it's building,
and it got the bongos playing or something like that. I love that. Yeah, because I think if I remember correctly, I mean, I just got off, but when I was like, oh, this is a Brown Sugar, you know, I actually pulled it back to the way beginning. So I listened to the beginning again. So I love the beginning. This is a good song, dude, you know? And again, I find it interesting about the whole Rolling Stones thing. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. I didn't think he liked Rolling Stones. But, you know, who knows? Maybe I might be mixing it up with John. John has actually said he doesn't like the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, no, I like the Rolling Stones. It's just when the age-old question, like, you know, the Marino, Montana question of who is the best English rock band, you know, in the mid 60s or early 60s to kind of get it started. I'm firmly in the Beatles camp. Okay. But I mean, Mother's Milk and then the Rolling Stones is what I started on before I started having my own choices. So I do like the Stones. I love that this used to get under my dad's skin when I would come on the radio and I would turn it up. You know, I'm the 15, 16-year-old me. He's like, yeah. And I'm looking at him smiling and he's on a soapbox about, you know, this is copy and paste bullshit. Yeah, they're trying to be somebody they're not. You know, I'm like, no, they're not. But, you know, whatever, Dad.
That just sounds a little bit like parental abuse, like you were abusing the guy, you know?
No.
I think that, I'm not sure how I feel about this right now. I'd crank it up and I'd look at him and like,
only because like I would, like you said, you'd hear that beginning, that organ and those drums started, and I knew what song it was. 3 or 4 presses on the old Mercury Villager volume machine and a glance over at the pops. But yeah, this was, I loved it too. I loved like what you described as kind of a brazen attitude about, they knew what they were doing. Yeah. They've talked about it in interviews since and have fought back like negative critiques about it because, you know, 80% of it, 85% of it is truly their own stuff. And if you're going to like doff your cap to any band, like why not be one of the, John aside, universally one of probably the top 5 greatest rock bands ever, if you polled, you know, the fans of that genre. Yep. So, you know, I think it's funny. They're an alternative rock band. I said the song came out in 2000. They're an alt rock band that emerged from the independent music underground of the that were inspired by underground 70s music, but became popular in the 90s alternative scene. Okay. And I believe they're from the Pacific Northwest, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, alt rock band, Portland, Oregon. And they formed in 1994, I believe. So this was their real big hit that came out in 2000. And upon its original release, it failed to reach top 40 on the UK singles chart, peaking at number 42, even after a year-long tour in the UK, because I think that they found that their sound, they thought like, you know, they're telling the label's telling you who your audience should be, and they pushed them hard in the UK when they came out, probably because of the Stones sound to them. But it was, the critical reception is interesting though, because while the song only like peaked at 40 or whatever in the UK, Louis Pattison of NME which we've talked about a lot on this channel as like a source of like legitimate music critiquing, called the song the quintessential Dandy Warhols moment to date. And in 2011, Robert Webb of The Independent called it a defining song of the last decade. So this was, you know, and then this is interesting. This says the AV Club noted that various influences from retro music are present in the song, including how the guitar intro seems to imitate the Little Bit, that of Little Bitch by the Specials, a song I'm not familiar with, to be candid, as well as, and this is where you might take issue, Jumpin' Jack Flash by the Rolling Stones. But I hear Brown Sugar too when I hear it, so don't feel assaulted. But this is, it's just fun to me, and it's just interesting to me. And it was the first time I think I had ever heard, like I say, again, 15, 16 years old, hearing something that reminded me so much of like a staple song, not even like a little niche thing they're copying, not like Zeppelin sampling like really niche blues music. We're talking, this is a 90s band imitating one of the biggest bands in rock and roll ever. And I thought it was ballsy, and I thought that their pushback on it was ballsy too. And I kind of liked them for it. So there's
no reported like lawsuit or anything like on the Stones?
No.
Because the Stones management went after the Verve for Bittersweet Symphony, right? You know, with that dun, 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 bum, 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 bum. So, and with all due respect to that guy from NME, it's not Jumpin' Jack Flash. It might have sort of the tone guitar and sort of, you know, the chords sound a little bit, but that's definitely Brown Sugar. I mean, I would stake my life to it.
Yeah, no, and it's a fun tune. It's a tune. The guy, the lead singer of the band, who has an interesting name because it's Courtney Taylor Taylor. So Taylor, it just appears twice and is hyphenated. He said it was just, he was in traffic and a beautiful girl pulled up next to him, and this is the song that he kind of like concocted in his head on how he would like, break the ice with her. So yeah, just a fun song. I liked it a lot.
But where does Bohemian come in?
I don't know. I guess because the lyrics are talking about like so. Please, and I'll indulge me here. You got a great car. Yeah, what's wrong with it today? I used to have one too. Maybe I'll come and have a look. I really love your hairdo. Yeah, I'm glad you like mine too. See what looking pretty cool will get you. So what do you do? Oh yeah, I wait tables too. No, I haven't heard your band because you guys are pretty new. But if you dig on vegan food, well, come over to my work. I'll have them cook you something that you'll really love because I like you. Yeah, I like you. And I feel so bohemian like you. Like, I don't know, it's like late 90s, early 2000s, you're talking about vegan food. And at that point, which is even more super niche than it is now or whatever. And being in a band, or I used to have a car, but now I just get by on leg or bicycle. And like all that kind of hipstery, early hipstery kind of, you know, mentality, I think is why he's leaning into the Bohemian. And I think he looks over and sees this woman and is like, oh, you look like you're cut from the same cloth as me.
Okay. And I also find it interesting too. It's very playful. It's very kind of clever and it's fun how he's sort of imagining what the conversation, if he was to actually, you know, initiate conversation, how that would unfold. That's kind of really, it's cute.
Yeah, it's like a big what if, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like what I would have done. So
like what could have happened.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
No,
Well, okay.
This is fun. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm glad you liked it, man. That's awesome. I'm so glad you picked up on the Stones thing. This sort of took me back to when I gave you that Claypool Lennon delirium.
Yeah.
The Lennon Claypool delirium. I was like, I don't want to just be like the Beatles, and I want to see if he hears it on his own. And you did. I mean, hard pressed not to, but kudos to you and everybody out there. If you're familiar with this band, this tune, or have thoughts about the correlative nature between this and some Stones material, feel free to discuss in the comments, like, share, subscribe. And until next time, John or Greg or myself will see you here on Into the Music.
See ya.
See ya.